Peace, family, and welcome to this edition of the Reading and Writing in the Dark podcast. This is Ayapo Yapa. I am the author of Melanin, a novel that's now available through my website, ayapoyapa.com, which actually it has the links to where you can make the actual purchases, which are from either Amazon or Barnes & Noble. At Barnes & Noble, it is only available in digital form for the Nook, and on Amazon, it is available digital for the Kindle. And you don't need a Kindle to read it. You can download the Kindle app onto like an iPad, any kind of a tablet, onto your phone, and you can read it using that. Also, it is available as a softcover edition, physical edition, and it's available as a hardcover. I also have an ongoing series that I've started that's called Surviving the Worst, and that can be read on Kindle Vella. That's a new platform that Amazon has, and it's been out for I think a couple years. And I'm just now jumping into the fray. And what Kindle Vella does is it makes it so that you can read the work of different authors in episodic, bite-sized pieces. The episodes are only 500 to 5,000 words long. It's no shorter than 500 and no more than 5,000. So it's really not that much, and you can just read it. And they go in seasons and episodes like you're watching a television show. So again, mine is called Surviving the Worst, and you can find a link to that also at my website, ayapoyapa.com. It's on the landing page. When you go in that, you can see a box for Kindle Vella. If you click on that, that takes you to the page that will then take you to the story on Kindle Vella. Okay, with all of that out the way, I wanted to talk to you today about a book that I didn't write. This book is written by a talented author named T.J. Riley, and it's called The Path to Brightness. I read this book several months ago, and it was a fantastic read, and it wasn't a hard read, it wasn't a long read, but it was definitely intense. It was definitely something that I got into and didn't want to let go of. It had like some genuine thrills in it and some genuine wow moments in it. Things happened in it that you just could not have predicted. And I love that in a story anyway. So what happens, and this is going to be spoiler free. What I'm about to tell you isn't going to spoil anything. The main character's name is Fatima Wood, and she is a successful black woman, and she ends up. Now that I think about it, it is going to be a little hard to describe without doing any spoilers, but I'm not going to do any spoilers. But I will say this. She embarks upon a journey, or she ends up having to take a journey that is a journey of discovery for her. It is a metaphysical journey, and it is a human journey. The character arc of Fatima is a really interesting story arc, or character arc rather. And at the end of it, I totally didn't see coming. Okay, there were like two booms at the end that I in no way saw coming, and they were just so awesome. T.J. Riley's prose is tight. Her prose are really tight, but at the same time, they're not stiff. They flow. As you're reading the story, it definitely brings you in. And where in the story ebbs and flows in a way that when I know that for myself, when I was reading it, I would read slower sometimes because she knew how to pace the story so well. It would slow down in some places, and then it would speed up in some places, and I'd just start reading faster and turning pages faster. And it got really exciting in so many different ways. And there were parts of the story that were genuinely disturbing. And if I could categorize the book, now this book in a way defies category. But if I put it in a category or wanted to somehow categorize it, I would say that it's like a metaphysical journey, and it's also a mystery of sorts, and it's a love story also. And the love story part of it rings so true, and I found it so fascinating the way that she wrote the story and wrote the characters, because a lot of times in stories you'll see, a couple's meet and then they'll go through whatever permutations they go through or whatever. This love story seemed like it was really something that would happen in life. And one of the things that I really, 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 really appreciated about it was that the characters behaved appropriately for what the situation was, because the situation overall in the story is an earth-shaking situation. It's a situation in which the earth itself actually hangs in the balance. Like all reality, the cosmos, rests in the balance. And it was just a fantastic read. So again, the author of this story, like I said, is T.J. Riley. I'm hoping to interview her for Reading and Writing in the Dark, because I happen to know that she has another project coming down the pipe. And I'd like to talk to her about that project as well as The Path to Brightness. And I can give you an update on that. I'll give you an update on that as soon as I get an answer from T.J. Riley, and she lets me know if and when she can do an interview about her work. But she is definitely a talented writer. She is definitely a writer who understands writing. She understands story arc. She understands structure. She understands pacing. And if you get this book, you will not be sorry that you got it. You won't be sorry you read it. And so you can get this book it's called A Path to Brightness. The author is T.J. Riley. That's R-I-L-E-Y. And the initials are just T.J. Riley. You can get her work on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. You can read about her on Goodreads. You can also find her work in physical bookstores near you. Online, the digital version is $3.99. The hardcover version is $29.99, very reasonable, as well as the paperback version, which is $19.99, also very reasonable. And for what you get with this book, I'm telling you, you will not be sorry you bought it. I will say this though, it is a story. It's like I said, it's not a hard read, but you definitely have to pay attention to what's going on. And I personally like that a lot. It challenges your perceptions because the story is a work of fiction, but at the same time, she does have things that she's trying to say, just as I do when I'm writing my work. I have certain things that I'm trying to say, things I'm trying to convey and to put forth. And what I'll add to that is that she is also, as a Black writer, taking control of our narrative, because these are Black people in this story, and they're not presented as buffoons and caricatures and so on. These are thinking people These are people who are complex in their ways, and there's just a lot going on, and she handled it magnificently. So get your copy of Path to Brightness. Like I already said, it's at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can read about her at Goodreads, and it's also available at bookstores near you. And I do believe that it's on Google. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize, but I do think it's available on Google, on their book platform. So one last time, I'm going to try to get in touch with TJ Riley and set up an interview with her so that you can hear about her work in her own words. So having said that, I'll go on and push my book, Melanin, a novel. It's on Amazon. It was in the top 100 in Black science fiction for a while, and then it started falling backward. Come on, buy the book. You will not be sorry. It is a spectacular read. It's a spectacular book. Also, don't forget to check out Surviving the Worst, and that is on the Kindle Vella platform. I guess that's about it. Check me out at ayapoyapa.com and explore the site. There is so much on that site. There's so much going on. There's something for everybody. Check out the site, because what I'm doing with my work is I'm seeking to take control of our narrative, just like TJ Riley is, just like Ajali Shabazz is, and others. So all of that said, thank you for listening. If you're a reader, keep on reading. And if you're a writer, keep on writing. Peace.